it started to really grow on him, and he started to get really, really passionate about cocktail bartending in general. So, in Ghent, we have also every summer some really nice festival you should all go to. It's called the Ghent Space. There we always did a speakeasy and the garden of friends, and we invited friends and friends and friends. So we did that every year for 3 years, and then decided to open a real bar. So then Jigger was born a year ago.
By the way, the posters on the screen are actually every individual of ours has his own coasters.
All the lightings are pure coincidence.
So the guy previous was the Planet of the Apes. He was Planet of the Apes. The one previous one was the Planet of the Apes guy.
So the guy talking too much is Benjamin, our second youngest one. I met Benji about 5 years ago in a bar where I used to work, cafeteria. And before that he used to clean luxury cars. So if you want any tips on cleaning a bar until the maximum, Benjamin is the man. He's also a real people's man. So he's a host, he's the best host you can ever dream of.
Yes, so thank you for being us up. I'll be presenting Patrick America. Patrick started up in kind of the lab school. Then he kind of already started some adventures in cafes and bars. Then he ended up in a butcher, and Patrick has no other sharpens our knives. Incredible, he has this amazing fix when he cuts the knives, you go like this. So that's the kind of inspired thing. That's how he cuts it, but they're really sharp. So if you want to have your knife sharpened this evening, go to Patrick. And also, I think for approximately 10 years now, he has some experience in bartending. So if you want to know anything about any drink, Patrick is your man, basically. He makes incredible drinks.
Thank you very much. This is a for me. I think we're doing it for probably 7-8 years. He started as a dancer at Korea near Ghent. He makes drinks like lemon rose and sugar. So yeah, it's a wonderful drink. Thanks.
Thank you very much for this beautiful introduction. I'm very proud to work in Jigger, firstly from a car cleaner, vegetarian butcher actually, graffiti artist, photographer, dancer. We all share the same passion, which is making drinks. Another thing I really like about working in Jigger is being able to wear a bow tie every single night. As you can see, everybody is wearing a bow tie except for me. That's because we have a little contest. I think a lot of you have received the bow tie in advance.
Can we ask everybody to stand up? Can everybody with a bow tie stand up?
Is everybody without a bow tie? I think if people
stand up.
Okay, stand up.
There's a prize to win with the bow tie, by the way, so please stand up. A nice prize.
So we're going to first explain how to tie a bow tie.
Yes. Anybody bow tie? Yes. Okay.
Untie your bow tie already.
Because at the bar it's very easy to do it in front of a lot of people. I'm going to try my best to do it. I'll do it once, slowly. Benjamin will talk you through, and after you have to do it yourself when the music starts.
It still takes me 15 minutes though.
To get a nice one of the road, okay? So we're just going to get a small explanatory. Basically, it's really a mixture between tying your tie and your shoelaces. So, as Jesse gets started, you place the bow tie right at the back of your neck. Voila. As your tie, you will make one side longer than the other. Then you will place the longer side over the other side, and you will put the longer side under your hold as the tie over the other one. Under your hold. Then you will place the longer side in your neck. And we will see, yes, sweat marks, no problem. Mine also. And then what you will do with the smaller side that stays over, you will present your tie. So you will pull it to one side and you will fold it. So you will present your tie, as yes, it shows right now. Then you have the two sides take your one that was on your shoulder and place it over to make your tie even look more pretty. Then, as you have this, you will fold with both sides forwards. Voila. And at the end, you will have a small hole. And then you have to think of your shoelaces. When you have one loop, you will put the loop through your hole, creating a loop at the other side. Through your hole. And then it's basically adjusting and being a connoisseur and tying the perfect bow tie. There are other ways, but this is the most basic way to tie a bow tie.
Can I just ask the lady for a mirror? Because in order to get perfection, you need to see.
You need a mirror. So, as everybody tested it.
Now take off all your bow ties again.
Take it out, take it out,
take it off,
take it off.
Yes.
I want all the bow ties in the air. Okay? No cheaters?
No cheating, no cheating. Can we have the music, please?
Oh, wait. Wait, we have to start the music as the beat starts, so the music starts, and when the beat starts, then you start tying your bow tie. Right. It's a prize. Okay, guys. The first one to win, to be able to have his bow tie tied, will have a jar of Belgian mustard. Real nice mustard. We're gonna make a drink for that later on. Yes, go. Second prize. First prize. Is it? Oh, yeah! There's also a prize.
You will today, don't worry. His name will. He can participate.
I think you want to.
Prize for creativity over there.
Yeah.
And we have another prize for a bottle of Geneva for the third one.
Sebastian, your bow tie doesn't look nearly as nice as the other ones. We will be having a master class this evening at 11 o'clock. Really? You want me to see it? And we will have a seminar. 11 sharp.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go on.
Benji assistance?
So,
It's not gonna work for me.
this is the place where I used to work. A big cosmopolitan bar, like they like to call it. And this is the place that we rented. This is how it looks before we started. This is the outside. That was the stairs. That was the bar. It's very nice, right? We'd all like to work there, I guess. That was the inside. So this was the outside again, and we changed it a little bit, and now it looks like this. I think it looks better. So I'm going to guide you through a little bit walking in and going down to the bar. This is the outside. We're kind of a speakeasy style bar. You have to ring the bell. We're not really hidden, because you can see the name outside. This door is always open, and if you see through the door, you can actually get a glimpse of the atmosphere of the bar. So you can, people get triggered by just walking into the hall. And then you have to ring the bell. We stole this one from Lyon. You don't know it yet. And if you ring the bell, go inside. There's a little cabinet over there. The Robert de Nederland. You can brush your shoes before going down. Very important. Yes. You have nice shoes. But the first thing you see, you're going down and people see your shoes, so it's important to have clean shoes, of course. And then you get a nice greeting of the bartenders behind the bar. Alright? Voila. And then everybody is going to get a little glass of water. We serve water to the guests because, of course, it's important and it's going to come around. We flavor it with aromatic essential oils.
There you go.
It's easy, it's always constant, and you don't have dirty water like lemon flakes floating around and that. And then Benji here is going to explain you the menu of our menu, our handwritten menu.
Okay, so I'm actually going to explain it a little bit like how we explain to customers, as most customers don't always exactly know what type of category we have. So when we start with the book, welcome everybody. Let's just huddle up a bit closer. We have in the beginning an introduction to what Jiggers is. This is basically just read it and then you have a feeling of what we believe, what our beliefs are, and what's really important in our bar. Then we'll turn to the next page. We'll come to the house rules. The house rules are very important in our bar. If you don't pay any attention to the house rules on your left side, you will see what happens. And Olivier goes with you to the back bar. Maybe before you go to the bar, just read the goes one back to the last house rules. The lowest one is very important. Don't bring anyone you wouldn't leave alone in your own house or bring to your grandmother's Sunday dinner. Very important. So basically, now we have 20 suggestions per month. Last year we used to have 5 suggestions per week. We all had these at €9, but now we changed it. Just practically, it's much easier for us to go further in cocktails, and now we can up our price a little bit more. We can work with nicer products. So cocktails category is a little bit more stronger in alcohol. These are a bit more classical type, more Manhattan style, more Negroni cut style drinks. Then we'll go to the next page. The next page we have the cooler section. We also call this the too cool for school. These are really the long drinks, really refreshing drinks, light and alcohol. Then we'll go to the next page again. We'll find the sours with vitamin C powers. These are the drinks where we have a lot of lemon juice in it, nice and sweet and sour mix. These are mostly the more selling drinks. Then on the right side, we have the or we call it the miscellaneous drinks. These are really the cocktails that are really difficult to put categories, so we put these in a list we don't know another category for. Then we go to the next page again, and on your right side, another page again, these are also miscellaneous. Voila, we have the gin and tonics on your right side. In Belgium, we really have a huge revival of gin and tonics, gin drinks, and we believe...
It's only in Belgium.
Well, sorry, because, whatever. We believe it's kind of the new mojito anyway. And on your left side, these are really, our favorite category, is the connoisseur's choice. This is where we can go crazy with the spirits. And they're really nice drinks. Also a bit more...
They're all nice drinks.
They're all nice drinks, but we just really love these ones. So every time we make our menu, these are mostly the first drinks that are ready for our next month. Voila. And now we go, also what's very important with this menu is our interaction with our customer. Some customers know what they want, other customers really don't know what they want, and that's the importance, as you see, yes, explaining the menu is what happens. You really have a full interaction with our customer, and I think Patrick has a couple of cool stories about some interaction with customers. Patrick? Yeah?
The thing is, in Belgium, especially in Ghent, people don't know so much about cocktails or things. So they know about beers or wines, but mixed drinks, that's pretty difficult for them. So you really have to go step by step. So a bar like this, where you have to make a reservation before, and you go to the door, you ring the bell, go downstairs also and get some kind of crazy mixed drink. People they have to take a lot of effort to go to the bar because it's not really known. So to show them what we do, we really have to take them by the hand and show them the menu, really talk about it and see what the ingredients are and see how it works. So that's it. Yes, like a red drink. So come in and they're like, oh, please, can I have a red drink? You're like, oh, what about a green or blue? Yeah, they ask something they associate it with something fruity or something, and that's a great thing actually. You really have to tell them what's it all about, what's the ingredients do, and that's what we do in the menu. Really explain the experience you have, like the sour or sweet drink, or not so much about the ingredients, because they're common sense.
Can you, sorry, maybe can you describe in regards to Belgium, like, you know, the cocktail scene a little bit, what's happening in Ghent, between, like, is it more bar like yours, or maybe Brussels or Antwerp?
Guys, there.
If you can share a little bit of that would be great as well.
Yes, it's, I think since the last 5 years, cocktails is getting bigger in Belgium. Before it was very difficult to see. There were a couple of bars, but they all had like a little secret. You go there, you ask them about any drinks or about how you do this or that, and people don't tell you about it because they're very close and they really keep their secret about it. And nowadays, this is the new generation kind of thing, and the more and more are open for it. So it's part of generation that you with everything, and that's how I got to know Olivier as well. So,
I think it's also important to say that we're also very supportive of the bars in Ghent. It's a very small bar scene, but it's also a very small city, and we do actually have like 4 really good cocktail bars, and to share our knowledge, as Peter was talking about, we actually try to come together every Wednesday after work, and we meet up at one of the bars to just share new infusions, share new ideas, share new cocktails, and I think that's it. Yeah, really.
or just like drink,
Or just a beer.
We talk about it really more and more, and that's a good thing. Really, that's why I think
But of course, our bar is not only about drinks. Drinks are very important, but the atmosphere is just as important for us as the drinks. One advantage that Patrick and me have is that we started working in the bar later. They started the bar. We joined. So the advantage we have is we know the bar both as a guest and as an employee. So we have a bit of a different view of how this to enter the bar. What I always felt when I entered the bar, when you go down the stairs, that you leave the world behind, that you leave Ghent behind, you leave reality behind, that there is a new reality you enter, where everything is just a little bit different. To try to pay a lot of attention to small details, just to get you in a different place. A lot of people say that they also forget actually that the bar is in Ghent, that it could be anywhere actually. Yes, it starts with the fox, of course. We don't want to talk a bit about the details that make the difference. The fox with the monocle is the first random thing you see. It invites people to ask a question like, why is there a fox in front of the bar? Another thing definitely is see them over there. When we open the bar, or when they open the bar.
By the way, the birds have names.
Yes.
It's very important. We received these praise from France. This one is our dear friend Tobias, the Dutch name, and the other one is Geraldine. And it's really fun to use with customers to play with them when they look away. You move the bird forwards, they don't see anything. You move it forwards again, and all of a sudden you see the bird.
By the way, we didn't buy any of them. The first one we got from a guest at the opening. Then someone said, I know the bird. I have one at home, I think. Brought one in. Now we actually have 4. We only brought 2. We always bring them when we do an offside thing to make us feel at home, and they start missing us. Apparently they do have some families spread around the world, so if you know another crane bird that needs to be reunited with its family, you know where to find us. Another detail, the glassware. Another tip, any bar that starts, get vintage glassware, go to second-hand shops, don't buy anything new. You can get so many beautiful glasses for very cheap price actually. You have to be careful with breaking them, because if you have a set, no, I won't talk about that shelf. I'm talking about this.
I'm the champion of breaking glasses.
We have the list actually, we have the list at the door where we count every glass that breaks. There's no repercussions, but it's just for ourselves to know or to stay
To make
aware.
conscious and aware of how many glasses you break.
then next to the place where we count the red drinks also.
Now it's time for a little movie to explain more the atmosphere of the bar. Do we have that?
that was the movie. So now we're going to present 2 drinks for you guys. Benjamin is going to make the Ghent Moile. Can I have a picture of that? It's a drink we created for Ghent, actually the city. So it's almost all ingredients from Ghent. We work with Beļģijas Jigger, close to Ghent. Some mustard, really tiem, it's a typical product from Ghent also. Lemons and oranges, that's from Ghent. And actually, instead of the green chartreuse, we used the Idejas, which is the city, the rival city of Ghent, but we just put 1 bar spoon in there to also give them something. Here you have a picture of it. If all goes well in the back, you should all get a drink right about now. So while Benji is doing his magic, I will talk a little bit about the other drinks. For instance, most of the drinks we do are inspired by classics. We do twists on classics and normal classics. There's 20 drinks every month. It's hard to come up with 20 new drinks every month. So we make a healthy selection of small twists, bigger twists, and classic drinks. This, for instance, is drawn out. Can't remember what book I found it again. There's some there's Bernard over there in the front on the website foodpairing.com. So I use it a lot to come up with nice combinations. So you can use it for garnishes. You have to create a nice aroma effect. We work a lot with sugar syrups. So instead of using normal sugar syrups in the drinks, we flavor our syrups. Like for instance, this one is pastis with lime and lots of sugar syrup and ginger beer. There's some salicornia, I don't know how to say it in French, and there as a decoration, and some coffee on the edge just for the smell. These are it's an apple toddy, just classical apple toddy. We love to play with some visual effects, of course, and use dry ice. I'm sure you all seen things like this.
As I see, we might not have enough jars for everybody, so some people like to share their jar. So if everybody can get a taste, it will be very good. Thank you.
Okay, Beļģijas shaking in the round of applause, please. For the drink, you can have the cheese. The cheese, actually, it's a Belgian cheese from Ghent, padomus, it's called. And the idea is to eat the cheese first. It is a little coating in your mouth that doesn't make the mustard so attacking you in your nose. So the next drink, about the next drink, it's going to serve you a flip. A potato flip that Patrick is going to make for us. For this one, we also use Geneva. We brought two drinks, typical Belgian products. There's a Geneva from the mold. We don't have the bottle here because they're all infused. And we infuse it with grilled potato peel, actually. We work sometimes with a restaurant that's nearby. These guys, with the rest of their potato peels, we put it in the Geneva, and afterwards we give it back and they make chocolate brownie with it. So it's reproducing also, cost effective. We mix it up with some beetroot syrup, chocolate bitters, and Rochefort 10. That's it. So lots of chocolate flavors, earthy flavors in this one. You will get handed over. And this is a drink, the Saint Croix Cresta. Harry Johnson drink with orchid syrup. I was going through the Harry Johnson book and found orchid syrup and got intrigued. And apparently nobody So I think I've been looking it up a little bit, and it should be some kind of apple syrup. It gives a little nice acidity, mixed with Jamaican rum and dashes of lemon juice and our skin. With some strawberries inside. We have the strawberries, balance it out with sweetness. Next up is a drink from Patrick. It's an Oudburg. It's a Geuze cobbler actually. I don't know if you guys know Geuze. It's a typical Belgian beer. It's kind of sour style, so it's really nice to work with also. I think the bottle here costs about 4 or 5 euros, and you can make a really nice drink with that, and it's very cost effective. It's a nice profit, which is not unimportant as well, and it's a special drink. And here we have a maniac sour. It's a Armagnac. It's a white Armagnac, sour, which we mix up with some licorice syrup, lemon juice, and also sometimes we give little blueberries on the side that have some jasmine flowers. So as you can see, we really try to add some extra value to the drinks. We have about 25 seats in the bar, 20 outside the terrace, and we're always 2 guys behind the bar and 1 in the, it's actually the host. So it's it takes some time to explain the menu. You could say what 2 guys behind the bar, 2 guys working. It takes a lot of time to explain the menu and really get people to have a nice experience actually. So we try to, that's why we work with 3 people. And I hope it's ready now because I'm at the end of my presentation.
How much you charge for cocktails?
Well, actually, yeah, last year, to get some people inside, we only charged €9. We had 5 suggestions to make it not too difficult for people. So we could also always say, what would you like? We could make something of this. We had a sour, 1 cocktail, 1 long drink, and 2 other things. There was a little bit of everything, so we can play with that. And you can also always go back to the menu. The suggestions were €9, and the rest started at 10. And now, this year we raised the price. We still have €9 drinks, but prices go up until they go from 9 until 12:30. Then you have the special, the connoisseur's choice, and these go from 16 until 25, something like that.
And you said it's a reservation only?
No. We make reservations for about half the place, and then so people can start walking as well.
Okay. We're going to start taking questions. So if you have any questions, just raise your hand. I'll give you a second. This one here, just raise your hand and wait. We'll come with the mic.
Do you serve food? What time you're open? What days of the week you open? And do you accept bigger crowds, like bigger companies, or just small companies?
Normally we only on the website is only 6 people maximum, but we do accept the larger groups actually. We open at 5, so then it's quiet. I get a lot of questions of can we come with a big group? Then we try to fill up the place in the beginning of the evening. We say, yeah, come before dinner, have a drink, and then the bar is still quiet. They're not drunk yet, so they don't make too much noise. So then it's acceptable to have a bigger group. And we're open 6 days a week, from 5 to 1 during the week, and Fridays and Saturdays until 2:30.
And the food?
The
large groups really, when we go over 6 to 10 people, large groups really don't work because you really can't bring the experience that you have in Jiggers. You can't go personal when you have 15 people. You always have 3 or 4 people that are not paying attention. So it's really important that you have smaller groups, and that's why we never go over 6.
And otherwise, people have to wait too long. And about the food, last year we used to have food pairings. Like you can have a drink and a plate on the side. You can have them separately, but it doesn't sell a lot, and we're not quite equipped to do that. So we still have a dry sausage,
we have some olives, and that's about it. Not really.
What is the capacity of the bar? How many people can get in? And the other question is, who's in charge of the creativity of the cocktails, or everyone participating?
Okay, so last year was mainly me who was making the drinks, but this year Patrick and Jesse also came in, and I wanted a little bit more interaction. I still do most of the drinks, but we try to. I asked them to bring drinks, whatever. It's not always on time, or it's not always possible to get them all in time. So I'm in charge of the drinks. And what was your other question? The capacity? About 27 comfortable seatings, but we do allow about 4 people to stand up also, and we also have a terrace.
And did you change the customers, like double turns in one night, or?
Do we change what?
If you do a turnover, do you have people that come stay the whole night, or how many times do you change? Like, do you have?
Actually, because we people can stay, if they make a reservation, they can stay as long as they want. But we calculate about 2 hours that they stay, and mostly it's running like that also.
So for one night, how many people do you go through the door? Do you know that?
On Saturday night, we do reservations for more than 100 people, 120, but then it's pretty packed.
And you close at what time?
In the weekends it's 2:30. We give last between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. Depends. The place is still crowded, and the beginning of the evening was quiet. We're not going to close. We're not going to say last call everybody else. We have a license until 5 o'clock, but we start at around 4 during the Meistarklase. So it's long hours, and otherwise we are there. People have to wait too long and they get too drunk. So we want to keep it a nice atmosphere.
You mentioned a couple of times during the presentation they get drunk or they too drunk. Is it something that to Ghent or in Belgium? They drink a lot? Do you have to educate? But you have to educate them on how to behave in the bar, or what's
Actually, people don't really get too drunk, but I think it's the atmosphere that they really feel that you don't. We actually never have any problems with people being loud. And I think we had to kick one guy out in the beginning, because before, as you saw, it was not really a clean bar. So they were used to something else. So we had some people coming in, oh, what is this place here? Where somebody left the door open and they just walked in. So the door is kind of a step. It's a border. I think it's good because we really get people who come with a clear view of what they want. Sometimes we distract people also who don't know where they're going to. We try to surprise them. Mostly, they're really happy when they walk in.
So is there more question? No question?